So I kind of just wanted to like go through some of the things for people that may not like know a lot about the process of like how we work and how specifically you work with our game and like how design decisions happen and I guess game decisions overall, because it's not just like it affects a lot of stuff, the things that you decide upon, like kind of
Hmm.
so kind of like what is the decision process for game design decisions that goes into an update such as update 4?
You mean with regards to the content that goes into an
Yeah,
update or the
exactly.
overall?
Exactly. So like how up until the point where like you decide like, okay, this is getting like this is going to be a thing in the game now, or this change is happening. Like, what is the lead up to that, so to speak?
Uh, at this point, we have a backlog. So we have collected. I spent last year, around the time that we were going into Steam, I spent a lot of time to collect a lot of feedback from community and from internal, like what does everyone still want to add to the game. And we've kind of made a wish list from that I at some point then presented to the team, and from there we've kind of prioritized everything. So we ended up with this backlog that we're still refining and now kind of putting into an internal roadmap, so we know when what is happening. But basically, whenever we do an update, we look at that and we go, okay, what do we still want to add and what do we want to add right now? And how can we make a nice package out of the content that we still want to add, and like a rounded off update. It's a lot of production stuff going on there as well, like the planning and everything, of course. And then we just start to play with those ideas that we want to add, and they kind of organically just build up. You want to iterate a lot when you build a new feature, so you start from like a baseline, like a prototype, and then you slowly build it up to a more concise vision. And then at some point it's done, hopefully.
Hopefully. How beefy is that backlog right now?
We've cut down a lot, I think, because of course, if you remember, Snoot, from the first time I did that presentation with everything in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was still super high level, right? Okay, you don't remember.
Fuck
But
you! You watch the stream.
um, but that was super high level, and it still is very high level because we don't want to nail down too many details. It is really beefy, but I think at this point it's more manageable. Before we were looking at something that it was not really doable, I think, with the time that we still want to work on this, or that we see ourselves still working on Satisfactory.
Right.
What we have now is just we kind of see the end of the tunnel at least, which is good because it also gives us a bit more motivation.
Yeah. That light at the end of the tunnel is something that if like we could work on this game for forever, it feels like. I
Mm.
guess at some point we just have to like put the foot down and be like, this is what the final product of, or not, maybe not final product of Satisfactory, but like the 1.0 version of Satisfactory is gonna look like.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we
that's
just need to round off that vision because, like you say, it is basically an infinity project. You could just keep adding feature after feature, production line after production line. Could always add something more, I think.
yeah.
But that's why it's awesome that we want to support mods and that mods are already doing stuff, because I think there's so much potential besides the things that we want to make for the game, to make it so much bigger than it already will be
Hmm.
once we're done with it.
Cool.